Afternoon, welcome back. This is Rehash, where we recap some of the big stories of the week, and I'd like to start with bad news first. So, Crystal, you covered the murder trial of
murder retrial, actually, and this is my second time to sit through it as well. So it's interesting to see what's different, what's not, and what's really standing out to me this week was defense's cross-examination of the government's expert witness, and that's Chief Medical Examiner Dr. Aurelio Espinola. Again, he's the only one on island in this region that does what he does, and so he basically determined the cause of death and the manner of death was a homicide. It was blunt force trauma. But defense, on the stand, they questioned whether or not there was a possibility it was fentanyl overdose. So maybe you're not familiar with fentanyl, but it's a prescription painkiller. It's more potent than morphine. And so on the night that Shelley Bernstein, the victim, was found in her Toowoomba apartment, she had 3 patches on her arm. And so the government will have to prove whether or not, I'm not sure, whether or not it was blunt force trauma to the head when they don't have a murder weapon. Wow. And so trial will resume on Monday. Again, too soon to say where this is going to go, and again, it's up to the jury to decide. I'm not jealous of their position right now.
Wow. So I covered I covered the budget bill that was vetoed, $959 million. Governor Eddie Calvo went ahead and vetoed that after the legislature had passed that on August 30th. And so since then, there's been a little bit of back and forth between the administration and Speaker B.J. Cruz's office, and it's been kind of interesting to watch because you're looking at press releases that are coming out once a day, sometimes twice a day, and it's just them countering claims saying, hey, you're cutting us this much short, and then, we've got the counterclaims from the Speaker Cruz's office. So it's been interesting to watch. It's definitely kept me busy. I know it's definitely kind of kept us all entertained. So we're watching to see what happens with that, and, hopefully they can get a budget passed before September 30th to avoid a government shutdown. That's the end of the fiscal year.
Yeah.
So.
And for me, the House Ethics Committee released its announcement that basically it will be extending the investigation or review into Congresswoman Madeleine Bordallo. There were 2 issues in particular. One was her rental of her Tamuning home to the Japanese consulate, because that might be a violation of profiting from a foreign government. And the second point was over her lodging at the Outrigger, which is owned by her sister's family. And they're looking into both of those issues. A third issue they dismissed, basically. They said that there was no evidence that she had used her staff to help maintain her property or to participate in the Miss World Guam pageant. But the House Ethics Committee has not given any indication when it intends to finalize that review, so that's still on hold.
All right, well, switching to education, this week I covered some issues with the Guahan Academy Charter School, not the elementary that's been up and running, just the middle and high school campus. And so 13 lost school days because of issues getting an occupancy permit. We had angry parents come out to the first PTO meeting of the year on Thursday, very upset. They felt like they weren't really hearing from the school what was going on. And so luckily on Friday, the Guam Fire Department did clear the school. Public Health also gave the school a conditional sanitary permit. So they may be able to open, and as of now, hopefully they're still set to open on Monday morning. So stay tuned to the school's Facebook page for any updates, and if you have any news tips for us, just email us at reporters@kuam.com.